Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to another episode of the Ballin and Burgundy podcast. Yeah, I got myself, I got Justin, I got Chris, I got Andrew, we got the full squad back in studio. Fellas, what's going on?
Howdy, howdy. First time in a while, we're all here.
Yes, indeed.
What up?
What is up?
We got everybody. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we got a meat and potatoes version of this channel. We're going to talk about the new helmet rule coming in 2025. We're going to talk about we're going to give our predictions and thoughts on the Jayden Daniels Drake Maye visit for next week. And then we're getting all of you included. If you've gone over to Instagram and Twitter by now, and you sent us your mock drafts, we're going to be reacting to your fans' mock draft, similar to what Broshmo does with the mock time, and he does with the professionals. We do with you guys, the fans, because we absolutely love you guys. But because of that, I need y'all to do us a favor, hit like and subscribe here on the channel. Head over to TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Go follow us all over there. Links down in the description, and hit the notification bell so every time that we upload. The more you subscribe, the more you share, the more we can make better content. We got absolute banger after banger after banger. And then the draft live stream. We've got the next 2 weeks of content going to be absolute dime pieces, and we cannot wait. But if you want to tune in and you want to stick around and you want to fuck around to find out, you've got to hit the subscribe button. But guys, let's get into it. Reports got out today. Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, that next Monday and Tuesday, Heisman Trophy winning quarterback from LSU, Jayden Daniels, is scheduled to visit the Washington Commanders per his agent. And Ian went on to say that Drake Maye is set to visit with the Commanders on Tuesday and Wednesday. So the next 3 days next week are going to be filled with potential future franchise quarterbacks in the building. I want to see what you guys think about this and who your pick is going to be for number 2 overall.
I keep going back and forth. I just can't decide between the two, and I know it's going to be one of the two. I don't think we're trading up, and I don't think we're trading back. If ultimately it's just a decision between these two. So next week, having them both in the building, really getting to know both of them is going to be great. I've sort of swapped back to the Jayden Daniels train. I was on the Maye train for a little bit. I've been going back and forth, but I feel like, especially if we can't fix up our O-line and address tackle, Maye is going to get absolutely killed, right? I think Jayden's the elusive quarterback that we're going to need if we have a sucky offensive line, which I believe we will again. So that's one of the reasons. And then, yeah, I don't know. Better vibes about him, I guess. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Chris, what are you thinking?
Well, first off, having both quarterbacks in, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, gonna be interesting because those two being there on Tuesday, I have a feeling it's gonna give us some competition, to be honest. Could be wrong about that, but going Jayden Daniels, been on that train, gonna keep riding that train. Like Jayden Daniels, and if we have a battle line, Jayden Daniels, he can take off and run. Kid is fast. The only thing that worries me is his arm, I heard, isn't all that. But, hey, it's fine. I mean, Taylor Heineke didn't have the greatest arm, but he was still able to make passes and stuff. So, sometimes it's not all about the arm, but I don't want another version of, like, Sam Howell, because that's what I've heard about Drake Maye. He's another version of Sam Howell. So I want, Jayden Daniels.
Fair. Justin?
I mean, I like having both of them show up this coming up week to, see get to know them and stuff, see what they like, dislike. But to me, I mean, you saw the news, Daniel's will only be here one day. Maye's going to be here for 2 days. Don't you see a little trend going that way? I mean,
it's Monday, Tuesday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday. So they kind of get the same time.
Oh, well, true. But to me, I think Maye's your pick. I mean, the guys like Justin Herbert, that's who I compare him to. That's who I see a lot of resemblance in Herbert. And for me, Daniels, the more and more I watch film, I see so much Teddy Bridgewater in the guy. But like, you can't tell me that's not Teddy Bridgewater. That's younger playing. I mean, you can't tell me Teddy didn't have the arm either. Like, that's Teddy Bridgewater to me. But Maye's my pick.
Yeah, I could see what you're saying.
Boom.
I could see what you're saying, Justin, but you got to remember before Teddy Bridgewater got hurt, he wasn't as bad.
But he wasn't special.
He wasn't special, but he wasn't as bad.
I
But
mean, the guy was mediocre. Let's be real. Even when healthy, you can't lie. He wasn't special, and I just feel, to me, Daniels is probably going to take a little time to build. For playing in the pros, it's going to take probably a year or two for him to. I just feel like he's not going to get the NFL concept quick enough. May's more smarter to me. May can make the throws. May could take the hit in the pocket if needed to.
Yeah. I mean, I think they both take hits. I think what Chris is trying to say is pre-injury, that Minnesota Teddy Bridge coming out of college, people were like, he's gonna be the Vikings' future. Like, I remember these things. He was gonna be the Vikings' future. He was looking like the guy. And then that injury happens. Was it a concussion or he got taken out? And then he was never the same. RG3 injury was never the same. Deshaun Watson injury, never the same, but Passage is beside.
yeah. See, the thing with Jayden Daniels for me, I've seen his highlights, I've seen his stuff. I think he'll be fine here with Terry and Jahan and whoever that third receiver is. Not only that, I think Jayden, honestly, and this is my hot take, he gets us 8 to 9 wins next season.
Oh, if we're doing a hot take, I'll hot take right now. Maye's the quarterback, pick 2. Maye's gonna take us to the playoffs. We're dropping hot takes. I'll put it until pick 2. I'll put it till the draft night, and we're gonna come back to this video, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I told you so."
We should also come back to this video if it's Jayden Daniels.
True.
Oh, I don't care.
It'd be funny.
Go with your gut feeling.
True.
I feel like our team right now is just more ready for Jayden. We have Cliff Kingsbury as our offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Worked with Kyler Murray a lot, right? And I see
And Mahomes.
Thank you. I see a good resemblance between Jayden Daniels and Kyler Murray. There's differences, obviously, but their play style is similar. And with our just lack of an offensive line, I just don't think we're going to want another Sam Howell type of quarterback. And I'm not saying that because they went to the same college. Even if completely different colleges, I'd still say it's a Sam Howell type quarterback. So I really feel like it comes down to what our team is ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Our team is prepared right now to set Jayden Daniels up for success and not Drake Maye.
Fair. I do agree with that because I've been making those points with you guys and other creators and people out of the podcast. Is I would go Jayden Daniels. I think because you have that Cliff Kingsbury role of what is he like? Mobile, good arm, can run quarterbacks. Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes. What is Jayden Daniels? Someone who can run, someone who can throw but needs help with the accuracy, and someone who can get mobile when needed. Here's the other thing. You brought in Marcus Mariota as your backup quarterback. What was he at Oregon? Mobile, good arm. No one was saying Mariota was going to be a Hall of Famer, but he was a top 3 overall pick for a reason. And first of all, those Mariota era Oregon jerseys, chef's kiss. All right. Those jerseys are beautiful. But I think we could bring in guys like that. And you still bring in a Jeff Driscoll to bring more veteran leadership to the room. And you also give that little bit of pocket passing spice to say, hey, if you're not going to run, here's what you can do. Set your feet. You get your rotation right. So we bring in 2 different dynamics, but I think of how we are set up right now. And you bring in Be It As at center. You bring in Allegretti at guard. I think you're getting ready for more of that mobile-esque quarterback play, and that's what Daniels brings. Not to say that Drake can't run. The Drake can run. We've seen it in college. If you watch some of his tape, he can run, but I think Jayden is more of what they're looking for right now. Now, I want you guys in the comments to say whether you go Jayden or you go Drake, or if you say all four of you are wrong, we're going Bo Nix, number 2 overall. We're going Joe Milton, number 2 overall.
JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy, Jordan Trout, Sam Hartman is my pick for number 2. No, I'm but I want y'all down below to let us know who you got. You got Jayden Daniels, you got Drake and Maye, or do you pull a swerve and you swerve and you'll ride? Shout out Swerve Strickland. But besides the point, I think we go Jayden Daniels.
I think it's also important to add this. No amount of expertise in our research is going to compare to that of our current coaches in front office.
Yeah.
Ultimately, whoever they decide is going to be more successful, I believe will be more successful.
Hopefully.
That's going to completely flip any of my research, any of my opinions. Whoever we draft, I mean, this is like the only thing we're looking at right now, basically.
His quarterback and tackle.
Exactly. So I really believe that they will make the right choice. I'm confident this isn't the Ron Rivera era. We've changed as a front offense, and I believe that whoever they pick will be the right guy.
I mean, hell, Peters found a quarterback at round 7.
7.
Never know.
If he can do it in round 7, he can do it at number 2 overall.
2 overall.
So,
fuck yeah.
You hope so.
I believe he can.
Trey Lance?
Because remember Trey Lance?
We're not going to talk about that one.
So. I think we can all agree. No matter who we drafted 2 overall, unless it's unless it's a JJ, and unless we trade back for Bo or Michael, if it's Jayden or Drake, I think we can all agree it's a solid pick.
Mm-hmm.
They're both talented enough to be at number 2, and we're not going to rig them through the coals like we did with Emmanuel Forbes. Can we all agree to that?
100%
agreed.
Handshake deal.
Yeah.
All right. At least we're on the same page. Now if they grab JJ, I'll be a little confused. I'll be a little hot, but I'll be like, all right, I'll be hot, but I can't say he's the worst quarter. He's definitely not the worst prospect you could get at number 2 overall. We're just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, all the NFL execs know something that us fans don't know. I mean, you've seen the rumors all over everywhere. Careful, JJ's going to be a top 5 lock. JJ could be top 3. You don't know.
And she was like, I hate this guy.
Till he turns out to the next Tom Brady.
I don't know.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, but guys, let us know down below. Are you a Drake? Are you on Team Drake? Are you Team Jayden? Or are you a third-party representative, whether it's JJ, Bo, MPJ, Milt? Let us know down below. But the other news coming...
No, not Drake the rapper.
No, not that.
No Drake fans. Exactly.
No, Drake Maye. UNC. QB. 6'2". Ooh. Oh, but the other news coming out from Tom Pelissero. As this drops, guys, obviously this came out yesterday. You know how we roll by now. If you don't, we record the night before. It's because all of us have different schedules. I go to school. We all go to school. Justin does a lot of work. He's a firefighter. Surprise out for him. And God, he's here safe with us. But the news coming out of Tom Pelissero is the NFL has informed the clubs today that they have revised the uniform policy to allow a third helmet design. The expansion was offered to teams that were going through redesign processes for the 2024 season and is now open to all clubs for the 2025 season. What does this mean? Every team now gets 3 helmet options. So the Eagles could go their greens, their blacks, and their Kelly greens. The Colts could go their whites, could go their blues, and could go their blacks. We have our burgundies, we have our black. What do you think we're going to do for our third, and how does this impact the rest of the NFL? I'm going to go in reverse. I'm going to start with Justin.
First off, I like the idea of what they're doing. To me, I like those 2012, uniforms. Brown helmet, the burgundy. That's my favorite uniform for our team. But I'm excited to see what other teams are going to do because now everybody gets all creative now.
Yeah. Chris, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking you get rid of the black unis, right? Get them out of here. Goodbye. Bye-bye. get rid of black unis. You bring in a white helmet for white on white, and then you bring back that throwback option of 2012 brown helmet with the throwback jerseys, or you bring in this spear.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah. Andrew?
Black unis are heat, Chris. I don't know what you're talking about. They're just
You're funny. You're funny.
NFL, I'm telling you.
No, they're
We're
not.
keeping the
I'm
black
so
uni.
full of it.
I would love a remodel of our red and white jerseys. I don't like those. But I need us to keep our black jerseys and black helmets. So I don't think we're going to change our uniforms this season. I think we might in the future. It probably won't be this next season. So I think it's just going to end up being a white helmet for white on white. Because we do wear those white uniforms a pretty good amount.
A lot. We do.
Yeah.
We do. Shout out to Gonzo did this on Twitter because he comes up with a lot of beautiful concept jersey ideas, and I might throw a few on the screen right now. So shout out to him. Excellent graphic artist, graphic designer, artist, whatever you want to call him. This man does these types of things for every team, and some of these white ones he's coming out with just for Commanders alone, I would be like, I'd rock these 100 days of the week.
Yep.
I'd wear them. Does this mean we get a third? No, it doesn't mean we get a third. It just means we have the option to have a third. The teams I think will go for their third: Philly with their Kelly Greens, Seahawks with theirs. I think any team that has a throwback uniform, they will get that third pick. Or if they already have that as their second, now they even have more ammo to play with if they want to try some experimental jerseys. What if the Packers went to a green helmet instead of their yellow? What if the Raiders grabbed a black helmet instead of their silvers? The Giants are in the talks of doing something on their own to go bold. Dallas could bring back their old white uniform, the old white ones, do a white helmet with their white star, and that could be nice.
Do the Ravens have a purple helmet?
I don't think so.
That'd be great.
Imagine if they did like a purple and gold face mask.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of options that could go around this. Does it impact the NFL? A little bit. For sure. Because they've also added new helmets that players can wear. But at the end of the day, it's better for it's good for our fans, and I think it helps out all of the organizations when it comes to creative licensing. That's my thing. But let's get into what I call the meat and potatoes here at BIB. So we called on you guys to send us your mock draft. So I've had the luxury to see some of these ahead of time and tell you what I like. What you guys are gonna see is Andrew, Justin, and Chris's first time seeing these mock drafts. So here in a second, I will pull them up. But while I do that, guys, hit like and subscribe here on the channel. Head up to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Go follow us over there. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about BIB. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to let you know every time that we upload. But let's share my screen and let's get this party started. You guys see this?
Yep.
Alrighty. So I am in my my phone photos. I saved them all this way because it'll be a little bit easier than doing it. So shout out to Braden_M Fire on Instagram. He sent me 2 of his. So some people sent 2, some just sent 1. So if you guys be like, why did he go twice? It's because I let this slide. All right. But looking at this man's mock draft, he went Jayden Daniels, Keon Coleman, Patrick Paul, Cameron Kitchens, Ronaldo Green, Cave Stover, Jonah Ellis, Christian Jones, and Gabriel Murphy. I'm gonna go down the line. So Andrew, what is your first initial thoughts at Mr. M Fire's mock draft?
If this was our draft, I would be very happy with it. I'd be slightly worried about tackle, but I feel like Patrick Paul and Christian Jones can definitely bulk up our spot for that. I do have a question though. What happened to Jonah Ellis?
It depends on the ranking. So PFF likes him a little bit, PFN not so much. It just depends on what program you use.
Gotcha. Okay, I was wondering if he got hurt or something, because I mean,
PFF not that I know of.
Had him as like a first, second round.
Yeah, not that I know of.
Yep, that's interesting.
I could be wrong.
But yeah, I mean, it's a great draft. Address a lot of needs. Got a high safety, high cornerback. Cade Stover is one of my favorite tight ends in the draft, actually. I feel like his draft stock should be a lot higher than it
Mhm.
currently, and he could be a very good tight end. So I like him as a replacement for Logan Thomas. And yeah, Gabriel Murphy, I think, is also a pretty good edge. I've drafted him a couple times. So
It's a good one.
it's a great draft.
It's a good one. Chris, what are you thinking?
I don't mind it. I like it. Like what he did at number 2, taking Jayden Daniels. Let's see, taking Patrick Paul. I would have taken out Keenan Coleman for TJ Tampa.
Okay.
Let's see, Cade Silver. I like. But I mean, Cameron Kitchens. That was a good pickup right there. But I mean, other than that, I like it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Justin, what are you thinking, my friend?
I dig it. I mean, Daniels. Oh, okay. I'm not going to argue if it's Mayor Daniels.
Yep.
Coleman. He reminds me so much of AJ Green. Like his like you compare them two together on film. It's like
Mhm.
AJ Green 2.0. I love that pick. Paul would be a great right tackle. Kitchens would be a good safety. You probably need a year to get ready or get used to the NFL.
Yeah.
Green at cornerback is very underrated. I get he's no Darrell Green, but he's still pretty solid.
Yep.
Stouffer, another one of my favorite tight ends in this draft. Ellis, I don't see falling, unfortunately. Jones would be a great stud pickup late round.
Late round.
Murphy's really good. I see Murphy going like round 4 or 5.
I can see that.
But it's a solid draft.
It's a solid draft. We'll take it. Braden, you did yourself some work. Now he did a second one. I said some people can do 2. I said 2 was the limit. So Braden, this is back on you, my friend. This is his second draft. Jayden Daniels, Jordan Morgan, TJ Tampa, Jatavion Sanders, Kieran Amagadish. Sorry about that, my friend. I'm sorry. Tez Walker, Jonah Ellis, Zach Zinter, and Gabriel Murphy. Justin, I'm gonna go down or go up the list this time. What are you thinking?
I mean, I dig it too. Another good draft. I don't see Morgan falling that low or to 36. Much as we love to, Morgan, per some of the scouts I follow, he's projected to go anywhere between pick 20 to probably pick 34.
Yeah,
somewhere in there. He's projected. I love Tampa. Very underrated cornerback. Sanders, one of the only true tight ends that we met. Not even want to pronounce that name. I don't think he's going to fall that far. But
if you did, I would not complain.
I wouldn't either. 50, 60, somewhere in there, round 2.
Yeah.
Walker, I just can't. It reminds me of Donovan Brown 2.0. I'm sorry. Like we talked about Ellis and Murphy, but Zenner, wasn't he the guard that got hurt at Michigan?
Maybe.
I think he may have.
I think so.
Well, he tore JCL. I mean, it would be a great pickup because he was really solid and he was projected to be a day 2, but it's worth the risk. I dig it.
Yeah, Chris.
Let's see. Jayden Daniels. I like Jordan Morgan. I like TJ Tampa. I really like because we need a corner. Got to do something about that. Sanders. I like. I think that's a good tight end. Walker, I can't give you too much information on. I can't tell you if he's like a De'Ami Brown or not. I really can't because I haven't watched anything on him, to be honest. I should probably get to that. But, I mean, other than that, I do like what this kid did with his second draft. So, yeah.
We'll take it. Andrew, cap us off.
Yeah, I think I slightly prefer the first one. Jordan Morgan would be a dream if he fell to 36. Kieran would also be great if he fell to 78. I don't think either of them do, but if they do, great. I'd be a little bit worried about safety here.
Yeah.
Because we lost Cam. I have to agree with Justin on Devontae Walker. I don't like him very much. I think he won't be very good. Zach Zinter, really good talent, but he's hurt, and I don't really think we need interior offensive line right now. I think we patched it up pretty good in free agency.
Yep.
So I'd rather take someone like Trey Taylor there.
Taylor.
Safety.
Yeah. Or a Keaton Oladipo out of Oregon State.
Yep. 100% like him as well. But overall, it's still a great draft. And if this is what we had, I'd absolutely take it. So
I take it. Braden, you done yourself a service here, my friend. I thank you very much. We go over to something Justin has done. I did a swerve. I caught him lacking. So shout out to Justin and our take football. I had to do it to you, Justin. I'm sorry. But it's actually a quality draft. Drake Maye, Kingsley Sudamatea, Braylon Trice, Ronaldo Green, Cade Stover, Mohamed Kamara. What's up, my guy? Taj Washington, T Knight, and then T Still, corner and linebacker at UTEP and UM. Andrew, I'll let you start this off.
sounds good. I think Kieran's a little bit high here. I like him. I don't love him. I've watched some film of his, and I feel like he can be a starter, but I don't think he's going to be someone that's consistently really good for us.
Okay.
Braylon Trice, I like him a good amount. I feel like 40 is also a little bit high. Am I
Mhm.
correct on that? But we do need a good edge. Green, great cornerback. Love him, pretty underrated. Cade Stover, talked about him earlier.
Yep.
Washington, I don't really like him either. I feel like the only USC wide receiver I'm a fan of is Brendan Rice this year. I don't know Knight, and I don't know Still. Mohamed Kamara, super underrated. Love him. I feel like you could probably take a different guy at 40 and just stick with Kamara at 100 for edge.
Mhm.
I'd rather solidify tackle more, or safety, because it doesn't look like we got a safety here either. But overall,
Nope.
it's still a draft, and I'd take it.
Fair enough. Chris, what you thinking?
Don't even know half of these guys on here. Other than Cade Stover and Drake Maye, that's it. I don't even know half of these other guys on here. So it
Well,
really can't.
Well, I gave you a little tidbit. For those who don't know some of these guys, like a Mohamed Kamara, go over to our Instagram at Ballin and Burgundy Podcast. We have done player breakdowns across all positions, across both sides of the ball, including Colorado State University edge rusher, and played all along D-line and Mohamed Kamara. The man is an absolute beast. Shout out to you, Mohamed. Justin, give us a little insight on what you and Our Take Football were thinking here.
You just played the draft board. I mean, more or less. I mean,
Fair.
people want to reach for people. And, technically,
Yeah.
your guy isn't going to be there, so you might have to reach yourself in order to take, a position of need. Like the edge
Yeah.
rusher's gone fast. I mean, our boy Chop's going to be taken probably late first round, if not
Yeah.
mid first round, along with the other Penn State rusher.
Adiza Isaac.
Yeah, and you got to remember too. You get to the later rounds, you're like, well, this player is better and talent wise, so we're just going to go talent over need. And that's what you have to do sometimes.
Hey, that's fair. I think it's a solid draft. I'm not the biggest fan of Braylon Trice out of Washington, but I wouldn't complain. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. And then I got to do some more research on Knight and Still. But shout out to them. But this is a great draft. Our Take Football, and you all did some solid work here. I applaud it. Shout out to Commander Enthusiast over on Instagram. I've had the pleasure of talking with him a little bit, but he goes no draft or no trade back. Drake Maye, Troy Franklin, Chop Robinson, Kyrie Jackson, Blake Fisher, Mason McCormick, Cedric Gray, Theo Johnson, and Josh Wallace. Back up the board. Justin, we're starting with you.
To me, this is a dream draft. Like, come on now. Like Troy Franklin, 36, Chop Robinson falling to 40. That's a dream. The Oregon cornerback Jackson,
Kyrie Jackson,
really
I
good,
like.
very underrated. A really good underrated right tackle and Blake Fisher. That's all he played. Because you got to remember, Joe Alt was a left tackle at Notre Dame.
Yep.
Mason McCormick, yeah. I mean, he was pretty solid for South Dakota State. I mean, he could be a slider to late, early third roundish.
Yeah.
Cedric Gray, really good linebacker. Theo Johnson, underrated tight end at Penn State, and Josh Wallace. He might need a little time to develop, and he's pretty solid too. I dig it.
I'll take it. Chris, what are you thinking?
I like it. I honestly do. Only thing I'm changing is Drake May to, Jayden Daniels. Maybe somehow Caleb Williams, there'd be a curveball at everybody. But yeah, I like it. I like Troy Franklin. I like Chop Robinson. Blake Fisher, I like. Kyrie Jackson, I like.
Like,
Cedric Gray, I honestly like him. And Theo Johnson, I like. The other two, I don't really know. Gotta go back and look at them, study some film on them, see what
Yep.
they have. But yeah, I like this draft overall.
it's a good draft. Andrew, what are you topping us off with?
I'm going to top you off with this is the absolute perfect dream draft if we didn't need tackle. I like Blake Fisher. I agree he's underrated, but we need to be taking tackle round 1, round 2. That's our biggest need right now behind quarterback. We don't have a single tackle on our team right now that's worthy of starting.
Cornelius Lucas.
I don't think
the guy is a very solid guy. We can go one season with him as a starter and develop somebody younger.
I'm not confident in Cornelius yet. So if we want to keep him, if we want to rotate him through tackle, but I really think that we're going to need at least 2 quality tackles in this draft.
Fair.
Otherwise, amazing. Troy Franklin's awesome. Chop Robinson's awesome. All these guys are awesome. And then going back to what I said earlier, I don't really think we need a guard. But overall, it's great players. So
Yeah, it's a solid draft. If our needs weren't so high on tackle, I agree. Here's the other one he did, and this will be more up Chris's alley. So I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys.
Yeah.
So we got Jayden Daniels, Kingsley Sudamatea, Kyron Amadaj. Again, I'm gonna kill that name. Braylon Trice, one of Justin's boys. Malachi Corley, which we've got something coming out for him. Darion Taylor Demerson, Benson, who's my tight end too. Nelson Caesar and Johnny Dixon rounding out that draft. Andrew, going to you.
Loved it. Took care of tackle. I feel like they're both slightly overrated, but we got 2 quality tackles. Braylon Trice, like him a lot. Wide receiver. I don't actually know this dude very well. So I know most of our round 3 targets, but he's someone I haven't really heard of yet. So I'll need to look him up. Like the safety, Ben Sinnott, love him. Yeah, overall, great draft.
Nice. Chris, what are you thinking?
Like it. He got my boy Jayden Daniels. He took care of tackles. He took care of defensive end, which is something I think we're gonna have to pick up on more and more this year, to be honest, because trust me, I love Armstrong and Dante Fowler and all of them. But I mean, we got to pick up more and more on it. So I think him getting Braylon Trice out of Washington was good. Ben Sinnott out of
Kansas State.
Kansas? Yeah, I like him. Johnny Dixon, I don't mind. So yeah, overall, good draft.
Justin, what are you rounding us off?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, hear me out though. Yeah, you can do the meme. I mean, it's okay. You can do that meme if you want.
Yeah.
But I just don't think taking 2 tackles in the second round is beneficial to us. Like, come on now. Like, we have a veteran. We do have a veteran guy, Cornelius Lucas, who wasn't terrible. I'm not saying he's elite. I'm not saying he's the best. He's solid. I mean, he gets the job done. I mean, he sat on the bench watching Charles Leno struggle every week and thinks, I could have played better. That's 1 less sack or 2 less sacks for Howell. I mean, you can't throw everything at one position in this draft. Like, it's a very solid, very talentful draft. Like you got to spread it out. Like, you can get a tackle at second round, and then maybe later round take another tackle. But cornerback, where'd cornerback go? Johnny Dixon, he'll be a special teamer, but you have to take cornerback somewhere
A little earlier.
Day 2, preferably 36 or pick 40, and that's why I think this draft is just okay.
I don't think it's the worst. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I don't think it's the worst I've ever seen in my life. I've seen much worse. So I wouldn't. I think B plus is about what I would give it.
Agreed.
Going out to Joseph McKee on Facebook. Shout out to him. He tried to send it on Instagram, but it didn't work. So shout out to him. He goes, Jayden Daniels, Darius Robinson, Patrick Paul, Peyton Wilson, Jalen McMillan, Cam Hart, who I like, Jared Wiley, who I like, Keenan Oladapo, who I like, and Prince Pines for this draft. Justin, we're kicking this off with you. How do you feel about Joseph's draft?
I mean, I like it. I could also say I dig it too. I just don't think Peyton Wilson's going to fall that low. I mean, hell, you got NFL executives. You have scouts saying this guy can go early as mid first to early or later first. I mean, especially what's that guy's name from Lions? Was it Drew Sanders? No,
Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell. Yeah, Jack Campbell. Especially like him. I mean, a lot of people are throwing more of this is the guy that could actually cover too and play a little more faster. So overall, it's not a bad draft.
Alrighty, Chris, what are you thinking, my friend?
Let's see. I like it. This guy knows what he's doing, knows his stuff. Yeah, overall, I like it. I like how you got Darius Robinson, Patrick Paul, and Peyton Wilson all there. I think that was smart of him. I believe it was at Jalen
Yeah, Jalen McMillan.
Yeah. Damn, giving me flashbacks, but tell you all about that later. But yeah, I like the draft. So yeah.
Alrighty, Andrew.
Love it. Jalen McMillan, I think, will be all right. I don't think he's going to be a superstar, but I think he's capable of being on the starting roster. I would have liked to see another tackle later. However, Patrick Paul, someone I'm a big fan of, I think he's underrated. Darius Robinson, elite edge. Cam Hart, also really underrated. I think he could fit in nicely with our scheme. Oregon State safety, I think, is okay. I don't think he's going to be superstar either, but I think he will get some reps in. Peyton Wilson, I agree. He probably won't fall that far. If he does, I'm taking him because all our linebackers that we just signed right now, short 1 to 2 year deals. We're going to need an elite guy who's young and get for a while. So he would be awesome if he's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, great.
It's a good draft. Joseph, we appreciate it. Now, this next one's going to be a two-parter, so bear with us, guys. Shout out to Austin. Oh, no. I had the wrong one. So this one's a shout out to Austin Cheney on Instagram. He goes, Jayden Daniels. He trades back. He goes, Jayden Daniels, Chop Robinson, Jordan Morgan, TJ Tampa, my boy Ricky Pearsall, Cole Bishop, Johnny Wilson, Cade Stover, Jordan Jefferson, and Maye Pritchett. He trades back with New England, gets a first and a third next year. Andrew, what do you think with this trade back?
I'm a fan.
Here, I'll zoom in.
We still got Jayden. I don't think we would actually get Jayden if we traded back to 3. I think Jayden would go 2 probably, so it might be a Drake May at 3. I think if our front office likes both quarterbacks almost just as much, they wouldn't have a huge preference between the two. I'm all right trading back and taking whoever's there. Jordan Morgan at 36, it's a dream. Chop Robinson, love him. TJ Tampa, great. Ricky, I like him. He's really big, right?
He's about 6'1".
Oh, never mind. Okay.
6'1", 6'2".
Gotcha. I might be thinking of Johnny Wilson.
Yep.
Yes, I'm thinking of Johnny Wilson. That's right. He's like 6'7" or something.
He's like 6'7".
Over, love him. Yeah, and Johnny could also fill the tight end need for us. So, but we got Cade Stover there, so he could also just be a giant wide receiver. So yeah, it's great.
It's all draft. Chris, what are you thinking here?
I like it. I honestly do. I mean, you could have stayed at 2 and gotten Jayden Daniels there. I don't know why you had to trade back 1 pick with New England there. I don't know. I like the draft overall. Um, the fact though that this guy somehow got 34, 36, and 40 is kind of crazy, to be honest.
Well,
Because
we have 36 and 40, but he got a second this year, a first and a third next year.
still though, that's crazy because I honestly don't think we get 30s or 34
Probably not.
without trading away 36 or 40
Yeah.
in the second round. So
Yeah, fair enough. Justin?
I dig it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Chop Robinson will be taken late first. Morgan probably late first.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa, I love the pick. Ricky's a really good receiver. Bishop, I watched some Utah film of him. I mean, I like what I see. Wilson is my favorite pick. Like he's like you were saying, he's 6'7". He reminds me of so much of a bigger, maybe a faster Megatron. Stouffer, I don't see him falling that low or that late.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Jefferson, haven't seen much film on him or the cornerback from Auburn at all, but I dig it.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to that last pick, Pritchett. I think I know him. He's pretty underrated. So
Decent corner. Not a bad one. All right. This is the 2-part of my guys' best. So shout out to William on Instagram. He sent this over for us to review. So he trades back with the Texans. They get 67. We get a third, a fourth, and 2 sevenths. So we go Jayden Daniels, Graham Barton, Kingsley Sunamatea, Marshawn Nealon, Jarvis Brownlee, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Luke McCaffrey, Theo Johnson, Elijah Jones, Cedric Johnson, Josh Proctor, and Devin Leary. Let's start with the first main slide. Andrew, kick us off.
I'm gonna be a little bit frank here. 36 is a waste of the pick. I'd much rather take someone else there, whether it's cornerback, safety, tackle, whatever, edge, whatever it is. I don't think we need to be taking interior offensive line, especially that high.
Mm-hmm.
He played real
Marshawn-
quick. He does play tackle too. He's more of a versatile guy.
He does, but I think guys like Barton, guys like there's another tackle that's gonna play more of your guard or even center.
Troy Fautanu.
Thank you,
Troy tackle.
Troy Fautanu, thank you, and Dominic Pooney too.
Yep. Marshawn Nealon, I don't actually know. I'm gonna have to look him up as well. Brownlee, I like him. I think he's sort of underrated. Trotter will not be at 100, unfortunately. If he was at 100, I would hope to take him without any sort of doubt. But yeah, Theo Johnson at 139, love that. Who was the dude in the draft last year that was at one point projected in like early second round who went undrafted?
Was that Ivan Pace Jr., the linebacker?
Yeah, Ivan Pace Jr. So, I mean, that's sort of like that situation of, well, at one point we think this dude's going to be really high, but what if we end up seeing his name on the board at 100 or whatever it is?
Yep. Yeah, and then here's the other 4 picks.
Cedric Johnson, like him, Josh Proctor, I'm so on.
Yep.
But I feel like he could be developed more. Elijah Jones, I like him. I like Elijah
solid corner.
And I don't know Devin Leary. So good draft.
Love it. Chris, what are you thinking?
I like it. Like how this guy went with Jayden Daniels. Graham Barton, I don't think that's a waste of a pick right there. I honestly don't. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., I like. That's somebody we need right there. I think, for a linebacker, I don't know what his dad did in the NFL because I haven't went back and watched his dad's highlights. Mm-hmm. But if his dad was good and he's anything like his dad, I think this kid will have a good future in the NFL. Luke McCaffrey picking up CMC's brother right there.
Oh, is he?
Hey, I don't know who that kid really is, but I mean, he could be a stud. You never know, honestly, because let's say this, right? We picked up Terry in the 3rd round, right, in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
If that man, let's say we pick him up, right, and is anything like Terry or better
Be
than
good.
Terry, yeah, we are fine, I think.
Yeah.
Overall, I like the draft. The last 4 picks I like. I like how he, did this draft.
Alrighty. And then Justin, what are you thinking?
I dig it. Other than the Barton pick, I think you have to go somebody else. Barton to me was somebody who more and more and more I'm watching scouts talk about him. The more I see him falling to that round 3 type spot.
Wow.
Nealon, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is it because he has the last name Barton, so you think he's gonna be like Cody Barton on the offensive side?
No, if he was related to Cody Barton, I'd sit there and say he ain't even worth going to the NFL. He can go play flag football.
Damn.
Drop the mic, no playing.
Hopefully, Cody
Damn.
Barton is watching this.
Hey, you probably don't like me for me telling him all the missed tackles that he missed, and the man up and actually hit somebody, not just stand there 8 yards looking like, oh, there you go, running up my hole. Now I'm
Pause.
gonna have to actually do something.
Hey. But yeah, I think it's a solid draft. I'm not the biggest fan of Graham Barton. I think he does play guard or center in the NFL. But like Nealon's a good pick. McCaffrey's a solid pick. Trotter at 100 be a steal. And I like Elijah Jones there. So I'm not mad at it. William, I appreciate your phone in. And
hey,
someone go ahead.
If we get McCaffrey's brother, who knows, maybe Christian McCaffrey will want to come play for us.
Shit.
Just straight up like Brian Robinson for Christian McCaffrey type trade.
I'd send Austin Eckler in a 3rd round pick for Christian McCaffrey. Give me a both.
I mean, he got the McCaffrey blood.
He does.
Maybe we could try him out running back.
Shit.
Tell him
And
get
it's
some
Like
pointers.
Wants to play with his son.
Yeah. Hey, the Stone Cold once said that's how the white man runs the football. You
Yeah.
bitch. But the last one, this sent over is by Niners_SF, one of Justin's people. So he did Jayden Daniels, Jordan Morgan, Tavion Sanders, Brandon Dorless, Kieran out of Yale, Kyrie Jackson, who's a big fall, Zach Sinter, Sion Vikai, and Omar Spites. Justin, let's start with you, my friend. Justin. Yeah.
Oh shoot, my bad. Sorry, my Zoom glitched.
No, you're good.
It froze. I mean, I dig it. I don't think some of these players are going to be there, especially the tackle from Yale. I think he's going to be probably taking 48 or probably 65, somewhere in that range. Overall, I like it.
Solid draft. Chris, what are you thinking?
I like it. It's a very solid draft. It's a very smart draft. I like it.
All righty, and Andrew, let's finish it off.
If this actually happened, I would cry with joy. I'm just gonna say. So I don't think it will. A lot of these are falls, but
Yeah.
if it does, beautiful, love it.
Hey, if Kyrie Jackson falls to 100 and we get him, that's incredible value for someone who's like 6'3" at corner.
100%.
Man, it's a beast. But guys, that is a lot of mock drafts, and he doesn't keep sending them our way. We can post them on our Instagrams, we can post them on our Twitters, because we have an absolute blast of a time. And we're gonna talk about more drafts when it comes to draft day. I got the graphite helmet or the graphite hat ready for draft day. Thursday, April 25th. We're gonna go live for the first round of the NFL draft. You guys are not gonna wanna miss it. Just like last year, but this time even bigger, even better. We're going to keep things going. We got more content coming out for the next 2 weeks and coming into the draft for you guys. You're not going to miss it. Anything else y'all want to add?
Nope.
All good.
Nope. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you
Yeah.
enjoyed. Feel free to send us any mock drafts or anything you want.
Yeah.
We're always here to listen and see what you guys think too.
Yeah. Send us your draft. Send us your hot takes. We might do a hot take part during the draft. You never knew. But like I said, like and subscribe here on the channel. Hit the notification bell to let you know every time that we upload everything to Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And follow us over there. We got different content coming out every single week. Shout out to the sponsors, Rio, Tony, Corey, who just had a kid. Congratulations to Corey and Washington on the daily for sponsoring us since day one. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about BIB. Let's just hope these meetings with Drake and Jayden go well, and let's get into some draft season. We are currently, when this drops, 14 days away, 2 weeks out. It's going to get spicy. It's going to get hot. All these smoke screens coming about. Smells like a barbecue, and I can't wait. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to stay ballin'. We'll see y'all out there.